英語研究プロジェクト、よくある間違いを分析します。カミングアウト、この数年間でよく耳にしますよね。日本語で。この間、生徒さんと話してたら、My husband came out と言いました。普通に驚きますよね。あれ、そうなんですか？ Is he gay? Bisexual? What does he identify as? と言ったらですね、もう大爆笑になりました。そういうことではないんですよ。と答えました。もう笑いながらね。その後、カミングアウトのニュアンスについていろいろと楽しく話しました。So, let's analyze the differences in English and Japanese with the term coming out. We'll look at the problem, the reason, the solution, and finish off with some example sentences. This should be an interesting one. First, let's look at the problem. My husband came out. My husband came out. Okay, that's fair enough. We're all open-minded people after all. But I think maybe there are some people who have a slight misunderstanding as to how the phrasal verb come out is used. In my personal experience, I've always felt there are some differences in how it's used in English and Japanese. Now, as you can imagine, it can produce some uncomfortable conversations if you're both talking about quite different things. My boss is coming out. Oh, right. But I guess that's his own personal life. No, it's company business. What's it got to do with his job? He was coming out about future job losses at the company. That's not how we use coming out. But it was a secret until now. So, yeah, but it's different. Let's dive a little deeper into this kind of complicated topic and make it crystal clear once and for all. In English, the phrasal verb come out can be used in two different ways. They're coming out of the house. This baby bird is starting to come out of the egg. These guys are coming out of the subway. That's pretty basic, right? Another meaning is when a new product is being released. A new Mario Brothers game is coming out this winter. Uniqlo are coming out with some new jeans. Baskin-Robbins are coming out with new flavors. Again, pretty basic stuff. I'm sure you'll agree. But here's the thing. When we're talking about someone telling their family and friends about their sexual orientation for the first time, of course we use come out. But what a lot of people in Japan don't know is that this is the shortened version. Here is the real way of saying it. Come out of the closet. That's right. Imagine like you were hiding in a closet all your life and you finally decided to step out of the closet. You're coming out of the closet. So here's the problem. I have found that in Japan, people have the tendency to use coming out in two different ways. To tell people their sexual orientation and also to make a public announcement about anything. In English, it's only used for making an announcement about your sexuality. Nothing else. The main solution here is simple. Only use coming out for talking about sexual orientation. Problem solved. Well, not quite. I still have one more thing that I feel I've got to mention. Coming out is used in many different tenses, but in Japanese, it's only used in the ing form, and it's usually paired with the verb suru. In English, we change the tense of come, depending on the thing that you're talking about. Just bear that in mind the next time you use come out. So now that we're on the topic, let's talk about some common vocabulary which often crops up when we talk about LGBTQ+ issues. There are so many expressions, especially in recent years. Like there's a new one every day. But I chose 3 just to get you started. The formal expression is heterosexual. The casual expression is straight. This is when a man or a woman are attracted to a member of the opposite sex. Key point, please don't say normal, as this can be very offensive. The formal expression is homosexual. The casual expression is gay. This can be used for men and women who are attracted to members of the same sex. However, the word homosexual is seen as old-fashioned these days, so it's probably better to say gay. I have found that some people in Japan think that the word gay is only used for men, but that's not the case. You can have a gay woman, also called a lesbian. Here is a key point. Never ever say the word homo in English, as it's an extremely offensive expression. I strongly recommend that you say gay or lesbian. This stands for sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. Everybody has this. We just express it in different ways. Sogi is being used more and more. In May 2014, Sam Smith came out to the public as gay and acknowledged a 2-month relationship with Jonathan Zeisel. So you can see we're using the past tense of come, as in came out. Like I explained earlier in the video, it's important to change the tense. We don't use coming out every single time. Parents in same-sex relationships may have concerns regarding custody issues due to their sexual orientation.
What do you think about not using he and she pronouns?
It's a very complicated area, especially as we rely so much on pronouns in English. So in recent years, we've had a lot of talk in the media and social media, all those kinds of things, about the use of the personal pronouns he and she. So if a person is non-binary or don't identify with a particular gender, then some people prefer to be called they. It's really complicated, even for me as a native speaker, so it must be super complicated for people like you who are learning English as a second language. I wonder when Apple are going to come up with their new iPhone. I can't wait to see what kind of modifications it has. Come out is also used for a lot of new products. A modification is a small change to improve it, like a new camera or perhaps some new functions. Do you feel you have ever used the expression coming out wrongly in English? If so, tell me all about it down in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's experiences.